Here I am, live. God damn it! All right, let me share this out right quick. One quick moment. Um, Share. All right. Sorry. Just give me one moment. All right. So hit the comments with anything that y'all want to hear. That you any questions or anything that you have, and I will respond. But so I don't have any written talking points or anything in specific or particular, but really just an overall update. um so since the beginning of the year, me and your homie Jay, we dropped the Bearded Weirdos self-titled first song or first album, and it's available everywhere: Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, everything. You just Google it. And then I dropped my solo Space Wizard August 28th, and that was it was monumental because it was my first solo release everywhere. And then my boy Knight, from Your Mama's Favorite Rappers Coalition, our little group, kind of like, not really a group, but it's a community. But he dropped Entertainment, which was dedicated to his brother that passed. And that was a really good success in my eyes. I feel like everything went really smooth on that one. That record was cold as fuck. It had some good vibes to it. It had some sad vibes too, but it had its qualities, some uplifting qualities and such. But so coming up here, we got Sunset Park should be dropping very soon. That's from Oli. Uh OTR Mentality should be dropping here soon. I don't have the dates right in front of me. NTS Next to Shine will be dropping soon. And now I have another announcement that I don't think I've really said on the internet. My partner, your homie Jay, is dropping his first available everywhere solo called Alien. And it's a savage ass motherfucking album so far. I can't tell you much on it because you need higher clearance than I have. I'm just kidding. No, but anyways, I can tell you from, because I produced a lot of it. He got some of my like strongest beats. Like, these are some beats like that I would have showed the Hobson or Tech Nine or something. You know what I'm saying? Try to impress them. And he's gonna destroy them. I've heard a couple of the tracks so far, and they're fucking outrageous. Outrageous. There's some big things coming. And next year, this year we're capping off 1 year of doing session Saturdays, which we did for an entire year. Every Saturday we took turns dropping a track, and any month that had a fifth week, we dropped together, which this is one of those. So tomorrow you'll hear a Bearded Weirdos session Saturday. um but we came a long way from where we were to where we are now, and we just like to acknowledge, the people that have been in the corner. You know what I'm saying? All y'all, you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? It'd take me a long fucking time to list all the names, but everybody is out there grinding. Oh, Diligently Scamming is dropping tomorrow. Or no, Devil's Night today, I think. No, I think it is dropping on Halloween. Something's dropping on Devil's Night tonight though from the team. I don't know what it was, but yeah. So with that being said, now let's get to some like other shit. I know everything's crazy right now. I ain't about to tell you to go vote. It's not my fucking opinion or my stance. I don't really give a fuck. Fuck them both. 2020. That's where I stand. But there, with the coronavirus and all the protests and stuff, a lot of this stuff is, the coronavirus not so much, but a lot of the other stuff was kind of needed. We kind of had to kick the hornet's nest. You know what I'm saying? We had to shake things up a little bit because obviously not everything is racist about the world and shit, but there definitely is some things that were set in place back at the time when people were discriminatory, and things that can be easily changed without necessarily changing like laws and stuff like that. Just the way everything's worded and the way everything's practiced should be changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that are like, oh, defund the police. Well, we should probably relocate the funds to their training in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, your average officer, I think they only do like 6 months or 7 months of like police academy before they actually go into fucking being a police officer. That's not much of a qualification. And after that, they don't do much training. So, maybe they should reconsider how much training they get and how often they are trained and what kind of training there is. Jujitsu and psychology would be a pretty good mixture of things to throw in there. But all right, I'm just touching on that. That's it. With the presidential debate, I don't have to tell you this shit's nuts. These motherfuckers are like hijacking every goddamn social media site and every email, every tech. Dude, I get text messages like 15 a day calling me all kinds of different names. It'd be like, oh, hey, Sandra. Hey, Eddie. Like, none of them are Brandon. You know what I'm saying? And all of them are like, oh, you should go vote. You should go vote. And I report them all as spam. And every fucking day I keep getting them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, I don't know who's selling my cell phone number, but you could just stop because you're not getting it. And all you're doing is annoying me. Same thing like commercials, bro. Commercials literally achieve the opposite of what they are trying to accomplish. Like if I'm in the middle of a good show or a good movie and you play your fucking commercial, I want to like not buy your product. I want to steal it and then light it on fire. So you lose as much money as possible, and I don't even use your fucking product. It makes me want to boycott your shit. You know what I'm saying? Stay the fuck off my goddamn feed. Now, if it's like before, after something I'm watching, I am willing to sit through, a good 4 or 5 commercials, watch my whole thing, and then another 4 or 5 commercials. Sure. But don't interrupt my fucking shit, bro. Fuck you for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, and it's always for something like a fucking Nissan or some like some shit I ain't buying. I can't afford a brand new fucking Nissan or whatever the fuck you're trying to sell, Powerhouse Gym or some goddamn health plan or diet shit you want me to spend money on. Fuck that. None of that I'm spending money on. I don't know. When I want something, I go look for it. If like it's advertised in a proper way where it's not invasive and it's just there, then I'm more inclined to like look at your product. You know what I'm saying? If it's not shoved in my fucking face, if you're just like, when I'm scrolling through my Facebook, almost all the time, I'll like see an ad doesn't have no video or nothing. It just got their product, a good price, and some reviews and shit. I'm like, okay, let me check this out. All right. And not all the time, but 60% of the time, they get a customer. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something with like Nexus, like if it's sound banks for Serum or something like that for my producing or plugins and they're like half off or 75% off. Bet your ass, my motherfucking ass spending money on it. But anyways, with that being said, sometimes it gets too much. Like, everybody knows now. It's not a secret. It's not a conspiracy theory that your phone listens to you. Right now it's listening to me. If I said something about Sweetwater, there we go, Sweetwater. I'm going to give them a shout out. Man, if I had a way to record my phone, watch how much shit I see from Sweetwater today. It's fucking outrageous. But, it's just the algorithm. It's the way they set it up, but it's just so toxic now. It's like you guys realize you're fucking up your own product. But, so anyways, and then with the coronavirus, all right, so I guess we're going to get there. I'm probably going to get this video pulled too, but I'm not really saying anything bad or for or whatever. It's obviously a real thing. People have died from it and it's affecting the world in a negative way. But it's like the way they enforce the mask kind of situation is like, yes, like buildings and shit, like where it's like, a company and there's going to be a lot of people wear fucking masks, so on and so forth. But when they're like, if you don't wear a mask, I'm going to charge you $700. That's an infringement on your freedom. That's Nazi shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you like ask me nicely and courteously, like or courtesy with courtesy or whatever, where you're like, for other people's safety and possibly your own, would you please wear a mask? Yes, I will. It's not a big ask, especially because I got a custom one that advertises my beats. It says Dirty B Beats on it. So the way I look at it is it's a fucking walking billboard. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't have a problem with that. But when as soon as I see something labeled in some media or like, oh, reported neighbor for having a family party. What? Excuse me? You stay the fuck out of this person's business. If your neighbor wants to have his aunts and his uncles and a couple cousins over for Thanksgiving, fuck you. Stay the fuck out of their business. If they want to get sick or don't, like that's their own, you're a human. You're allowed to take that risk. You know what I'm saying? I don't personally know anybody that has the coronavirus or caught it, but If I did, I'd distance myself from them and let them isolate, make sure they got the fucking tests and shit. But I take my own precautions. But at the same time, I ain't about to walk around spraying hand sanitizer on my fucking face and acting like a goddamn idiot. You know what I'm saying? So I would see these videos of these Karens, and it's scary. Like, motherfuckers want you to bend to the will. They want you to bend the knee at every corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, here's another controversial subject, but since this video is already going to get pulled, might as well go in this direction too. Now, let me give you a trigger warning and a description, whatever. Check it out. I fully support everybody's shit, especially gay people. Gay people the most, because I understand that kind of in a way. It's like, I like booty. When I see booty and titties, it arouses me. When I see a hairy man ass, it doesn't. But if that works for you, more power to you. I don't really care. That shit doesn't affect me at all. I don't give a fuck. But and in the trans thing, like, as long as you're an adult, do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. Dress and cosplay all day. I don't care. Literally, get a sex transition and become a woman, and I'm gonna call you whatever your new name is. I don't really give a fuck. But the one kind of complaint I have, not even a complaint, because it has nothing to do with me. It doesn't affect me at all. Just the outside, like, as an observer, I feel like it's kind of weird that gay people, lesbians, and homosexual men or whatever spent 20 or 30 years, maybe longer, obviously a lot longer, but like politically and in like the spotlight, trying to get rights to just be average citizens and not looked at as weirdos, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the fuck people are like, labeling them as. And we finally, through the 90s to here, have came to a point where it's like, oh, that's yesterday, man. Being gay, oh wow, whatever. That's awesome. That's the way it should have been the whole time. But then when you lump them up with people that don't want gender to be a thing, that doesn't make sense. Literally, it's the undefinition of gay. A gay person is attracted to the same gender. So when you say there is no genders, then how can you be gay? I don't know. That is just the wording. You guys should fix that. Coming from just from an artist perspective from the outside, I support y'all, do your thing, but like I said, y'all should really fix the wording. And I don't know. Obviously, I'm not saying gay people don't lump up with the trans people. That's none of my business. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. The language is weird. So all that shit needs to be clarified. Eventually, that shit will be normal. Everybody will be like, oh, whatever. I mean, like, look, as long as you tell me ahead of time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm married, or I'm with a girl. I don't plan on leaving. But if that situation ever crossed my path, I would obviously decline. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It wouldn't even hit my radar of like emotions if you were just like, oh, I think you're cute, blah, 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 blah. I used to be a man. I'm not anymore. Like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just can't. That's just not my thing. But I mean, fucking, I'm sure somebody that I know is gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. You can come hang. I don't really give a fuck. I never really had a trans friend, so I never really had like the ability to bounce ideas and jokes off of and shit. But I've had plenty of gay friends, and so I understand like that they got their own little thing going on. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, I was this kid Shalimar in my class, and I didn't necessarily know what gay was, but I knew like this kid, he was one of the girls. Like, he did hair and just talked feminine. He always had like feminine gestures and stuff like that. And me and him were really good friends. And one day I seen him getting his ass beat, and I fucking helped him out. And we became pretty decent friends after that. And later on in the future, he ended up working at Walmart. And just on one occasion, I came through with some groceries, and he hit me with the discount. I was like, oh shit, all right, man. It was just like all I did was, I was a little tougher of a kid, and you know what I'm saying. So I did what I'm good at, being violent. You know what I'm saying? And it helped him. And he was, an employee at this place where I'm buying groceries. So he did what he could do. Like, look, small little things like that, bro. Just understanding each other and shit. That's hard to ask these days. But to take a dab. But let's get out of this negative realm, and or not really negative, but you know what I mean? This touchy realm, and let's get into some good old fashioned high on science. So let me get a dab ready. So I was reading I follow a bunch of uh publications for science and stuff, and I ended up stumbling upon this video from one of the pages I follow on YouTube. I shout them out, Astrum, Astrum, and it's usually just about science stuff. And they're talking about things that we are most likely to see in our lifetime that are like cool cosmic shits, right? So in 2029, in December 23rd or 24th or something in 2029, there's gonna be a huge, not super huge, but big. Like it ain't gonna like affect Earth if it hit it, but it's not. But there's a huge asteroid about to cross in between Earth and the Moon, and it's gonna be so bright and extravagant that you're gonna be able to see it with the naked eye in the broad daylight. So, but it's gonna be nighttime. But they're saying like in America, it's gonna be nighttime when it comes. But for the people that are less fortunate and live in light areas or whatever, they're gonna be able to still see it too with the naked eye. It's not gonna look as cool. But whoever is close, there's like 4 or 5 certain points on the planet that is gonna like literally make nighttime look like daytime for like a couple seconds. So that's pretty cool. So 2029 in December. Look forward to that. One just happened recently that just passed through and made a pretty cool light show and stuff, but it wasn't super publicized. So I figure, we got 9 years to spread the word about this one. Or 7, 8 years, my bad. All right, let's take this dab. Okay. But so let's talk about some weed science. Not weed science, but just literature and shit. So back in the day when the government did their medical marijuana or their marijuana studies, they were using some like they were using some low grade marijuana. It was like brickweed. It was like 12% THC when they did all their studies. So it makes sense that they didn't have any like profound effects. So they didn't really invest too much of their efforts into it. Makes sense. But if you think about back then, that was what, the 70s? 12% THC. Anything higher than that was pretty rare. Like 17% was the highest I heard. And that was like Acapulco Gold. And nowadays, well, let's go right before wax and the extracts became a thing. Like I just took a dab. But before that, the strongest, most potent like bud was 32% THC. That's a big leap. That's a big fucking leap. So, nowadays we're discovering all these little micro things like terpenes. Terpenes are, in layman's terms, they're basically what makes weed taste good and smell certain ways. But they also have little medical properties like delimiting. Delimiting has the ability to help with inflammation, to fight against certain cancers, as a mood stabilizer, anti-inflammatory. And that's just a terpene. It has no THC in it. So there's literally like terpene treatments, or not treatments, but ointments and shit like that. And these aren't new. None of this is new. But people didn't know that weed had these special ones. I think there's 21 or 27 altogether, different like classifications, and that's pretty sweet. But then you have how many thousands of plants, and each plant has like 1,000 phenotypes. So it's like different levels of combinations of like hybrid of what it is and its chemical composition. So it's like people have engineered weed to be like the most powerful natural thing on the planet. And look, I'm 31 and I've had pain for a long time. I've had arthritis since I was 25. I've had a bad back for a long time, and I'm about to get another hernia repair surgery, a second one. So yeah, I know all about pain, but I haven't taken a narcotic in 10 years, 5 years, something like that. And every time I do, it's just one, and it's because, or maybe like I'll get a prescription of like 5 or 10 or something, and it'll literally because of a very important reason, and it's something we just ain't doing. But for my regular everyday pain management, I consume wax. That's it. And that alone, literally, that alone stops my hands from hurting all day. It gives me a little bit more like fuck it all, to the point where like my pain doesn't like hold me back from trying to enjoy things or engage in certain things. So it's strange that such a small plant is still demonized and is still not federally legal and not looked at like something you should just grow in your backyard. Like everybody should just have marijuana plants in their backyard. That should just be a thing. Like nobody should ever even want to steal a neighbor's plant because you want to try to outdo your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Shit, what if everybody, what if it was just like a normal thing? Like, how people like the garden or like grow salsa gardens and like that's a thing? What if there's literally neighborhoods of people just big ass pot plants in the backyard? And they're like, oh, yeah, you think you got that blue dream? Bitch, I got that purple crack, dog. I got that alien OG, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have you could have an entire neighborhood of people comparing medicines, basically, because with an abundance of it, everybody is going to have an abundance, and that shit becomes overages, which you just don't need all that shit. So other people convert it to other things like edibles and hemp. And dude, I'm telling you, dude, I don't understand why this thing isn't in everything. Like they should just have like, you should just drive past like, damn, that's a nice ass weed plant. And you should be able to just walk up to, well, obviously you got to cure it. So you don't want to walk up to like a fucking growing plant and snap a butt off like a teenager. But you know what I'm saying? You should be like, damn, when that's about ready, I might fucking come over here and grab a stem of that shit and go dry it out and fucking figure, whatever. I don't know. Anyways, there's my pot ramble. But also another thing that I noticed that it does is it enhances my mood to the point where, like, all right, here's a good example. I had a bad day, my back hurt, my boss yelled at me really early in the morning, so I was already in like one of those weird ass moods. And anyways, so I had a customer basically almost run me over. I'm in a car wash that has like, doors or whatever, and I clean it. And usually I let customers through because sometimes I don't have like a lot of stuff to do, so I don't mind if they pass through. So anyways, I'm being nice. I let this guy, I open the door and he just like almost hits me. I'm like, bro, and then he looks at me like it was my fault. Like, what are you standing here for? You gotta pay a machine before the door even opens. I open the door. You know what I'm saying? Like I open the door manually. He's just like, oh, I guess I got a free car wash right through me. Like, so anyways, I had that like on my fucking day. I'm like for the rest of the day. I was nice to the guy. I was all right. Stars are come on through anyway, fucking prick. I let him go through, do his thing. He drives off, and I had like another hour ahead of me, and so I just popped on some heavy metal. Angry, you know what I'm saying? So I get off work, and my girl picks me up, and I'm just screaming about what I heard on the Joe Rogan Experience. You know what I'm saying? And I'm fucking punching the goddamn dashboard. I get home, I fucking take a dab, and like 5 minutes later, I'm giggling with somebody in the Xbox chat about some dumbass shit, talking about unicorns farting on goblins and shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm telling you, it is perfect. But if you're bipolar or something like that, it's probably not good for you. If you have like psychosis or stuff like that, where it can make you, like, if you're paranoid of a person, or if you're a really paranoid person, weeds has the possibility of heightening that. I like that part, but some people don't. But it's just one of those things. Like one thing manages to accomplish things that I'd have to take Vicodin, Zoloft or something for my mood, and then that probably wouldn't work. I have to go on Prozac, and then Prozac's gonna make me start defecating on myself, so then I'm gonna have to go on diaper medicate. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, It's just an endless cycle of keeping you at the doctor. They don't want to tell you that and like, hopefully I don't get pulled for saying this, but dude, this weed plant does more than most medicines does. What? Like, bro, for me, and this look, I'm not even trying to preach weed, bro. Don't smoke it if you fucking never have, because it's, I don't know. Do it if you want to. I don't really give a fuck. That's up to you. You're an American. You got the right. As long as you're of age, please at least be 18. That's what I'm gonna promote. I smoked it when I was 13, but that was from kind of peer pressure and just like wanted to be cool and shit. But I liked it, so I stuck with it. But I don't recommend that. You know what I'm saying? Because I started undeveloping my lungs at a young age, smoking fat blunts. You know what I'm saying? So it obviously wasn't good for me, health wise. But now as an adult, I manage it differently because obviously I don't have to smoke. I don't smoke flower anymore. Flour still has carcinogens from the not necessarily carcinogens, but it's not good for you smoking plant. You know what I'm saying? It's the stuff that's on the plant and in the plant that you want in your system. It's not the actual plant itself. The plant can be used for other things, but there's many ways. Like, all right, ice water hash. This is fucking common knowledge. You can probably look it up on YouTube nowadays, but it's ice, water, 2 or 3 buckets, and these things called bubble bags, and it comes from like 120 microns to it comes to 120 microns to I don't know, like 40 or something, or 80 or something like that. And it's just like you pour, all right, it goes ice weed, ice weed, ice weed, ice weed, water, stir it 45 minutes, drain it again into a thing, pull the fucking bags up, you got ice water hash. You know what I'm saying? You blow the green out of it, let it dry. It's stupid fucking easy. It takes 2 hours, 3 hours. And if you make it right, you could take it into parchment paper, and you could take a hair straightener and just go for like 7 seconds. And you got something you could dab right there. All natural. No plant material. You know what I'm saying? So there's way less carcinogens or any like harmful things because you're literally down to almost chemicals now in the shell that holds it in. You know what I'm saying? So now dabs, I don't know how to make them as good as I want to smoke them. You know what I'm saying? I tried making wax a couple of times, but it's just not my expertise. It's not something I'm interested in. I like smoking it, but like I said, but wax for me is a perfect medicine for me. So that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? But more power to you if you like the lean. um anyways, so another thing, when this coronavirus stuff ends, well, not the coronavirus, it's probably not going to end, but at least the lockdowns lift and we can get back to doing shows again and stuff. I encourage everybody to go and invest in your favorite artist. Not me. I don't really, you can come to me if you want to, but I recommend you go to say, I heard DMX is struggling right now. He's trying to get some people to do some shit. So like when shows open back up, go see DMX. You know what I'm saying? Please. He needs your $20 pretty bad. And I'd hate to see a person that like literally shaped the game begging for money on fucking Facebook through messaging people I know. Like, I know he messaged up probably hundreds of people, thousands of people, but I know one. So I like, that's sad. I love DMX and I don't want his ass to be broke. And if he's really that hard off, then come on, guys, let's go support him and everything pulls up. You know what I'm saying? Like Tech Nine, he's doing his live shows. I don't understand how it's generating the revenue. I haven't looked into it yet, but I want to see him live. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like look at a television screen on fucking Zoom and shit. Like I'm not interested. I'm not doing that, but you know what I'm saying? So I'll stream the music. I'll buy it when it comes out. But when it comes to like shows and stuff like that, I can't do that. I'd much rather see a video of you performing to other people and have shitty sound quality. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But all artists need it. Your local artists need it the most. When you go to these big shows, most likely the highest tier of local rappers that are really putting on, like me and my peoples and other people of even higher status that open up for these big shows when they come in. They don't just bring, most of the time they don't just bring their own acts. Sometimes they outsource. So go out and support when this shit finally lifts. Comedians, comedians have been struggling hard as fuck too because they don't really want to do like clubs and shit. So it sucks. So when everything opens back up, go eat your favorite restaurants and shit. Dude, I'm so fucking sad, bro. 3 restaurants that I really love gone. They're not opening back up. A baby boutique that I was buying like cool, like weird, hard to find clothing you wouldn't find anywhere else. It was just so it's not weird or nothing. It's just unique. You know what I'm saying? They're like little cool dresses with patterns that were like cut out of cool fabrics and shit. Like stuff I've never seen anywhere else. That place gone. Never see it again. It's done. Like that's sad, man. So when everything starts lifting up again, that's the only thing I will promote. Like if I was on here trying to I ain't telling you to go vote, but I'm telling you to go spend money with your local business when that bitch opens. But all right, so I think I'm done. I just really wanted to connect with the world, talk to y'all and shit. William Clark message retracted. Oh, I don't see what that is. I didn't even see it pop up. My bad, bro. But Willie D in the house, what up? But yeah, no, what? Damn it. All right. Oh, another fact. 2020 sucks. I'm just kidding. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like I said, go support your local businesses, your local artists, and all hail Cthulhu.